Well,
good morning.
So Taylor Swift is snotty. Let's start with that.
Okay.
Taylor Swift is snotty. That's coming up here with Curt and Jen in the morning in our podcast. What else we got going on?
We got how to finish the lyrics to Hey Now. I have a hard time not saying how I'd say it.
Exactly, not singing it.
Right.
We're going to cover what are you sick of people trying to convince you is great? And you're like, maybe not so great.
And Curt found the worst place to travel this summer.
Yes.
And I found the new dating event trend. You know how it used to be like the speed date and all that?
Yes.
I cannot wait. Like, I'm super excited and I hope that we get to do this. I get to do this.
How about also ways that they can feel more joyful for parents?
I could use that.
Which is an awesome thing as well. So yeah, thank you for being here. Watch while you are watching or you're listening, and you can like and you can favorite and you can follow
and you can subscribe and you can share, and we would love all those things to help us grow together.
Please do.
Curt.
Yeah.
What's going on? No Kraken. Only Seattle? Only Seattle is going on here?
What do you mean no Kraken?
You have no Kraken gear on. Oh, on the arm there's an anchor, and that makes it Kraken?
The awesome thing is,
I don't think I put that together ever.
I don't know. Is there anything on this arm or the back?
No.
Anything on the back?
So the thing about this is Curt is a mega Seattle Kraken hockey fan. Well, you're a hockey fan first and foremost.
And then Kraken
and then
fan.
Seattle Kraken.
Yeah.
And every day he wears Kraken gear.
If you
and
haven't
I'm
noticed,
not exaggerating. Every day.
You know how tough it is to rotate? I don't have 365 different Kraken.
I'd say it's close.
All right. So
I'd say it's
we
close.
try to rotate through. So,
okay.
But that's why this is, and because this has a little Kraken anchor on the side, this was probably $90 instead of $50.
Probably.
So there, I'm proud of that.
All right. Taylor Swift being snotty. This is how we're like literally snotty, like in the physical sense. So there's a whole thing out with her with like these different videos of her wiping her nose. Well, she's touring outside, but people are kind of tearing her apart because she's wiping her nose. And it's kind of funny. There's one video where she like wipes her nose kind of with her fingers, like kind of scrapes her nose.
And there's a little something hanging from her
snot
fingers.
String just right off her fingers. And then she kind of puts her hands down at her side, snot hanging down.
You know what?
What do you do with it?
And I'm sure one of those fans up close would be like, throw it to me.
Oh, God.
I know. Here's the thing. I mean, I know we brought this up, but how awful would it be if your every move was photographed and videoed and so, you know, you're going through your day. Who doesn't like pick their nose at some point or do something kind of...
I say she just air hankies on stage.
Zing!
Air hanky it on stage.
That would be much more noticeable, I think. She was very... She was trying to be like, maybe nobody will see this.
Like, just very, yeah. And then there's another one where she just kind of wipes it with, I don't know. There's different ways that she's trying to be conspicuous.
Well, here's the
thing.
While
wiping her nose, but it's just human body function.
It turns out that Taylor is a human.
Crazy.
And things happen. So I do think it's kind of funny that people are making a big deal about this, but I'm not going to go leave the poor girl alone. She gets a lot of attention and a lot of cameras on her.
And
so
she gets a lot of money for it.
That's true.
A lot of US dollars.
If I made her money and I had to wipe snot from my, that might be worthwhile. You know, I want to actually talk about going to lunch yesterday. We went and had lunch.
Yes.
At Sean O'Donnell's, which was delicious. Just to get together, meeting, talk about the podcast and stuff like that. And you did it again. What you do every time we go to lunch. Oh. Now I'm thinking, you go to lunch, it's like, okay, I'm going to order something that I would like to eat, and Jen will order, whoever you're with, will order something that they would like to eat.
You should order something that you like to eat, and you did order something you like to eat, and you shared it with me.
But the suggestion was, well, why don't we each order something and we can share?
Yes, because then I can sample more off the menu. Now, you've eaten everything off the Sean O'Donnell menu.
Yes.
Because you, one, live very close to Sean O'Donnell's. You're good friends with Sean O'Donnell's.
And
it's local. I mean, so many
good.
reasons.
Right,
and it's all delicious. Yeah.
So, but in the past, maybe this wasn't the case yesterday because I put up a fight, everybody, just so you know.
He did. He's like, I'm going to order what I want to order. And I'm like, I'm not trying to stop you from ordering what you want to order.
Well, I didn't get to finish that. Usually when you say, let's each order something so we can try each, and then you go ahead and order two things. You're like, so we should get this and this. Like, what? That sounds like two things that you want and zero things that I want.
Okay. If you have ordered something that you have not wanted in the past, I will officially apologize, because I feel like what I try to do is say, what are some things that you would like? Here are some things that I would like, and we see where they intersect, and then we order those two things.
And then the response is, oh, you don't like that? It's like, like, you should like that because that's what we're going to get. Anyway, it was delicious, and I don't mind that you do that. I think it's funny, though, that without fail, and you're saying, well, I'd like to share. It's like, well, yeah, you like to actually control the food.
I will be better about not doing that,
You
Kurt
don't have
Cruz.
to. That's a big part of you, Jen. I love that you do that. I think it's funny. I think it's hilarious.
And I'm not trying to control it either, by the way. I'm trying to be very respectful of what you would want to eat. Okay.
We asked yesterday, and this was something that you found, Jen. It was, what song do you think of when you hear the lyrics? And I'm not going to sing it. I'm just going to say the
Hey
two
now, you're a rock star.
Hey now was the lyrics.
Isn't it all star? I always thought it was rock star.
The second verse, it is Rockstar.
It is? Okay, I wasn't wrong.
But here's the deal. So they're saying it says something about you based on what you finished that line with. Like, so you say, okay, you think of the lyrics. The lyrics are, hey now. And then what comes next?
And we both had separate answers. Mine was exactly what I said. Hey now, you're a rock star. Smash Mouth.
Yeah, that came out in 1999. I was like, hey now, don't dream it's over. Crowded House from 1986. Now, this was a comedian, I think, that did this.
Yes.
Bit. But they were saying if you respond with the "Don't Dream It's Over" by Crowded House, that means that you are solidly Gen X.
Solid Gen X.
Yes, that's, although somebody also said, you're a boomer. It's like, no, that's boomers before that.
Boomers before
Gen
that.
X ages started like in 1965 to I don't know what it is. But anyway, so if you answer, don't dream it's over, like right now, where you're listening, and we say, so what lyrics do you think when we say, hey now? Now, we've already given away two of them. There was actually a third. So let's go with don't dream it's over. If you respond that way, right, with Crowded House, then you're Gen X. If you do All Star,
you're supposedly a millennial, but I'm not a millennial.
You're not a millennial.
I don't know that this theory proves to be true.
Well, that one came out in 1999, the Smash Mouth song did. The third one that people said was What Dreams Are Made Of by Hilary Duff as Lizzie McGuire. Did you ever watch that? Because you had girls.
No.
Okay. That came out in 2003. If your answer was whatever the lyrics are from What Dreams Are Made Of by Hilary Duff, then you are Gen Z.
I forget how that goes. We actually listened to that right before the show. I don't remember.
And you know what? And there are other songs because we looked them up. There's an Oasis song. There's other songs.
There are other songs, but those are the popular ones. Yeah.
And if you know what, if you answered something else, you're like, oh, what about such and such? Feel free to let us know because we've got that. Do we have it posted yet?
No, you can just comment on the show.
You know what?
So Jennifer and Randy, although Randy slaughtered the lyrics a bit. Jennifer and Randy both said all-star. Hey, now you're an all-star.
And the next line is get your game on, go play. But according to Randy, it's hey, now you're an all-star.
No, your boyfriend's an all-star.
Oh, you're right. Your boyfriend's an all-star. Get your game back.
Randy, you're my kind of people. Getting the lyrics wrong. Right. Maybe it was intentional, though. I don't know.
And Stephanie said, don't dream it's over. Hey, now. Don't dream it's over. Crowded House. So there you go. And this, like you said, Jen, this may not apply. You're Gen X, and you're like, I said all-star.
I know. Hopefully we didn't give you an earworm by saying those songs.
We did. We totally did. Sometime today, like hours from now, you're going to go, hey, now, you're an all-star. Damn it, Jen. Yes, it happens.
All right.
What
are you sick of people trying to convince you is great? Like me convincing Kurt that something on the menu is great. He is clearly sick of that based on that very friendly exchange we had.
It was a super friendly exchange. That's what friends do. But you like to try a lot of new things. Like, I want to try this and this and this. I'm much more of like, I've been here. This is what I like. I'm going to get that.
That's true.
Which sounds
I do like
vanilla and boring. I know, but I know what I like. So that being said, sometimes people will say, you know what you need to do? This has nothing to do with food necessarily.
Right. You need to try this. This is the greatest thing ever.
Yeah. And people will come try, oh, no, if you try it, you're going to love it. And so here we have things that people are sick of, other people trying to convince are great.
I need to probably step away from this as you go through this because I read some of these things and I want to say, but wait, it is great.
That's your super positive outlook, and I do love that about
go ahead.
People will say, you know what? You should start your own business.
It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work owning your own business. Running, jogging.
I'll never try to convince you that that's great.
Joan Rivers made a joke about that. The first time I see a jogger smiling, I'll consider jogging.
That's true.
I always look at they're in pain. Things like Stanley Mug. Oh, wait a minute.
Stanley mugs. Yeah.
People are trying to convince you Stanley mugs are great, and you.
No, I don't even have a Stanley
I know
mug.
you were trying to get that one. Remember, because it was
pink one
at Target.
The pink
and they
one.
were sold out, not just at the Target near you, but all the Targets apparently in the universe. Were
and
sold
not
out
only that, they're like, there's so much money for a water bottle. I can't do it.
But these were the Stanley mugs, the Starbucks Stanley mugs, the pink ones, right?
Oh, no, but there are, I don't think so. No, not the Target ones.
All right.
I don't think so. Anyway.
Trying to convince you that the TV show that they watch is great. Of course you think it's great.
A lot of people do. Yeah, a lot of people do that.
And you know what? And I usually will check it out. Somebody's like, like that's how I found way back when Schitt's Creek. It's like, you got to watch this. This is great.
Yes.
And it was. But I still haven't watched any of the Yellowstones or anything like that. I've never seen the Game of Thrones.
Me either.
So these are all things
I don't
you
watch
got to
a lot
watch.
of TV. Yeah.
Some people say that hot weather is great, which in the PNW
I do love it. I do
not so
love the
bad.
hot weather.
How about kombucha?
It's good. It's good for your gut.
Is that tea?
Kombucha? No, that's like the fermented stuff that you eat.
Oh, that's right.
Or
Your daughter
drink,
Riley gave me some of that.
It's good. I mean, there's different flavors. You got to find the flavor that you like and the brand that you like and all that. You have to be careful of how much sugar is in it, blah, blah, blah. But it's good
All
for your
of the
gut.
above.
It is good.
Some people say ice baths are great. Hot yoga. Ooh.
Hot yoga is hard to do.
I
Jeanette, who was one of my very close friends, owns a yoga studio. She's like, you come into hot yoga? I'm like, oh, yeah.
Does she ever
I don't
say,
know if
"It's
I can."
great, it's
Of
great.
course she does. She owns the business. She
Right.
is a firm believer in its greatness, and it is good for you.
Well,
It
before
is.
I ever did even regular yoga, our old boss Kent was like, "Oh, you got to do hot yoga. It's fantastic." I'm like, "I'm going to pass out. I'm going to pass out for sure."
And I feel like that when I go. But,
Okay.
you get used to it. You're supposed to go more than just one time
Dang
in
it.
a blue moon.
Darn it! I thought
And make it a regular part of your life.
What are you sick of people trying to convince you is great? Marijuana.
I'm not even going to comment, Kurt Cruz.
It affects some people negatively with anxiety and paranoia. They're not. That's not a good reaction. Finally, we've got a few more dancing.
Oh, dancing's good. It's joyful and fun. But some people don't feel the music the way that you might. So,
You know
all
what's
right.
not on here that I would say I have fun doing is karaoke. And I know it's because I don't care how bad it is.
That's a great one.
I actually think it's fun to see people having fun and singing regardless of how
Their
good
voice.
they are. Yeah. So there you go.
Cruises is on there, and I think cruises is great. Cruises are great. They're awesome.
I've been on Carnival cruise way back when. This was of the Gulf of Mexico, so it was Tampa to Playa del Carmen, I think, and then around and back up to New Orleans. That was awesome. All we did was eat.
Eat and play is what
That's
you should be
basically it is.
doing on a
But
cruise.
what's the deal lately? Relatively recently, the cruises have been, people have been getting sick.
They have?
Yeah, you haven't heard about that? The entire cruise ship got sick and whatever. You have to have heard about that.
Like way back when that whatever flu came along, that weird flu.
And maybe you know what? And maybe I am just remembering that part, which is bad to do.
Okay.
Just
Maybe it wasn't. I'm not updated on the cruise status.
finally, and this is relatively new. People are trying to convince you is great is AI.
Artificial intelligence.
We'll see.
It can be good.
It could be great,
In some
and it can
things.
be really, really awful.
Yeah. Scary.
We'll see how it turns out.
Okay,
Scary.
yes.
All right.
Worst place to travel this summer. Kurt, you found this. I'm like, what are we doing this for? And you're like, just wait.
I'll explain what we're doing this for.
Okay.
Since people are making their summer travel, well, they better be because we're running out of
Next
summer.
week is the first official day of summer. It's my favorite day. It's the longest day of the year.
But it's been
Sunshine's
summery
coming.
for a little bit. This is from Forbes magazine. They looked at 43 cities and they found what they said is the worst place
Go
to travel.
during the summer, though.
Based on crime, prices, ease of travel, extreme weather, experiences, stuff like that.
Okay.
And they found that the worst place to visit or to vacation this summer is Jacksonville, Florida. Poor,
been there?
No.
Okay.
Poor walkability, lack of public transportation, a high crime rate, and a high summer heat index. All those good things. I think that even people in Florida, I know this is true because I have relatives there, obviously. Even in Florida, they think that Jacksonville's like the armpit of Florida.
Okay. All right.
I don't know
Well,
why.
I mean, those are all bad,
Right.
not great things.
Also,
Yeah.
making the list, Colorado Springs, which I love that place. Fresno, Albuquerque, Memphis, Indianapolis, stuff like that. Now, they also have the best summer vacation city in America.
Oh, where should we go?
Minneapolis?
Why?
Well, I think,
What?
again, based on crime, price, ease of travel, extreme weather and stuff, Minneapolis.
I've never been to Minneapolis. Have I been to Minneapolis? I don't think I have.
Minneapolis is pretty awesome.
Maybe I have for like a conference.
Also a great music city still, even though,
Okay. Any others?
Long Beach, California, Washington, D.C., Seattle, Washington.
What? We made the list of best cities to visit?
Mm-hmm. I guess they're fourth on the list. If you want to actually keep, we didn't even get the bronze. We got whatever you get for fourth.
I know, but we're in the top 5.
Yeah. Best summer vacation city. We'll take that. Top 5. Seattle, which I can't argue. We that live here in the PNW, we just wait all year for those maybe 2 months. Okay, 6 weeks.
People visit in the summer and then are fooled that it's like this all the time. But it's
not.
What makes it great.
But it's not also the big rainy mess that people think it is. We
That's
just get like London rain for extended periods. I would say not the rain so much, but the gray skies after a while get to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in the summer, no place better.
I'm real excited about this, Curt.
Okay, next subject. This is Jen's. Go for it.
There is this dating event. It's this new thing, a new way to date. There's an event where you get to pitch your friend in front of a crowd of singles. So, like, I could pitch my single friend, Jackie, who is also my roommate. Like, I would be happy to do that. I have a couple friends where I'd be like, yes, I will go pitch you to a crowd of singles, and we will get you a date.
And just so you know, Jen was a matchmaker. She loved doing this prior to even reading this story, which is why it's so good for you. But, you know, there were ways, and there still are ways that people go to meet en masse, like a speed dating, or you might have a singles event or something like that.
Which I don't know how often. I mean, I guess I'm not in that scene, and I don't know how often that happens, but there's this company in LA that's called The Next Fun Thing, and they throw regular dating events.
So you go up there, Jen, you say, okay, I'm Jen. My friend Jackie is awesome. And you have a little PowerPoint. You're like,
and
here's all the
great
things.
It would take me so long. I would have to like cut things up because I have so many great things to say about my single friends.
It's true. It's true. You could put Miriam on here. Or,
yes.
You know, you've got a lot of single friends. So we'll see if it makes its way to, or maybe this is.
Maybe we do this. Maybe this is our business, Curt. This is how we make the US dollars.
I have a business on this side. This is your business, kid.
I wonder if they have it copyrighted, like that concept.
I just want to think of a clever name for it. You know, I just
trademarked. I meant okay.
Well, you know, we've got Events and Adventures. We've got I was thinking of the other one. There's several places that
Just Lunch. It's Just Lunch.
That's one of them as well.
Is that still existing too? Okay. We might have to throw this kind of event. Ooh, okay. I like it a lot.
Okay, so you get to go, especially if you're good at that kind of stuff, like at your job, if you do presentations a lot. Maybe
in sales.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I do think it's fun. I think
it is great. It's great. It's not boring dating online.
You should do it anyway, even if it's copyrighted or whatever. Just do your own.
If it's copyrighted, though, you can't. Like if the concept. Well, okay, we'll talk about that later.
What's it going to be called? Jen Sets You Up.
I don't know.
I
don't know what it'll be called. Okay. Ways that you can feel more joyful as a parent each day. There are ways that you can do this.
Now, you've been sharing the last few days. It's been a little challenging with your youngest, who's 15.
Macy, yes.
She's, it's
making some not great choices, testing the
boundaries. That's what it is right now. So this is ways that a parent can feel more joyful throughout the day.
Okay. So you can make your kids laugh. When I make my kids laugh, I find a lot of joy being silly with them, cuddling with them if they'll let you.
Oh.
Just having nice weather out is joyful.
Isn't it amazing how that affects your mood?
You can get outside, you can do things with your kids, not just be bound up inside.
Right.
Doing something spontaneous and fun with them. You could spend more time with them in the house.
Right. On a rainy day or whatever.
What are some of the others?
How about, spending time outdoors? We've already sort of talked about that a little bit.
Learning new things. That's a great thing. Mm-hmm. And then just finding a mutual hobby or something. I don't know that my girls would do that with me right now.
What does Macy have any hobbies per se?
This is for kids 18 and under, like what parents were asked that have kids 18 and under, probably, in the house still. These are things that you can do.
Things that you can do with your kids. Again, like you said, 18 or under. There's one more thing on there. Experiencing something for the first time with your kid.
Oh, yeah.
So
yes.
But I guess it would be more difficult, I suppose, is because they're at an age, and this is from someone who doesn't have kids, but they're at that age when you can do anything. It's the first time, the zoo, and Pacific Place, where the case may be.
Yeah.
That's not what I was thinking. I'm not Pacific Place. What is it? The IMAX, the Pacific Science Center.
Yes.
Pacific
Place, though.
But then when they get to a point that they're like, I don't want to do that, and that's dumb.
That's where I am.
That's where you are?
That's where I am.
Well,
but we find joy. Like I did her hair yesterday, Macy's hair, for a big event she had for theater at her high school. And
right.
So those are just finding ways to connect. That's the thing, is finding points of connection. Is what you
with your kids.
With your kids, yeah. Okay. In fact, 9 in 10 parents believe finding everyday moments of joy can have a positive impact. Of course it can. That's why I say find joy at the end of every show. Find joy, because it is there, and it helps their well-being and the kids' well-being too. So finding joy helps your well-being. And
let Jen set you up if you're single.
Yeah. I need some single boys. Like, I need some single men. I have a lot of single gals that I know, but not a lot of single guys that I can match them up with.
And this is going back to the last story. I'm kind of wondering as well if there is a mindset, and there for the longest time there was a bit of a negative mindset about online dating. Now, I mean, it's
that's
very
the way
common
you meet
now.
people.
Now, that's the way you meet people. But at first there was a stigma with it. Oh, you got to do online dating. That's how I met my now wife. It's been fantastic. But is there going to be a stigma if you're like, well, if they're so great, why do you have to come in here and do a
whole presentation
and stuff like that?
People will think that because they're negative Nellies. That's all I have to say about that, Kurt. Seriously.
Jackie is a good catch, too.
Miriam's a great... Like, I have so many friends that would be great catches.
Right.
We just got to find the right matches for them.
And you went and took the most available firefighter in the entire area as your own.
The greatest of all time firefighter.
Wow.
Awesomeness.
That's leveling it up.
Not biased at all. All right, tomorrow. What is this? We just got done talking about really great relationships, like setting people up. But now we want to know the pettiest thing you ever did after a breakup.
What is the pettiest thing you've ever done after a breakup? You asked me this, and I haven't had time to really think about it.
I don't know that I mean, I probably have done something petty, but I don't know what that would be. Maybe throwing something out that was theirs. I don't know.
I think it's
But we want to know the juicy details.
Yes, please.
Because I know that there are things out there that people have done after a breakup, and I want to hear about it.
I read one of them. I'll share this. I guess one couple broke up, and this guy was a collector of. He was like a club DJ, and he had a lot of vinyl records. And so as soon as I know, that's what I did. It's like, but instead of, I was like, oh, did she go through and run a knife down each of them and scratch them and she smashed them up? No, she just took them out and put the records in the different sleeves. So,
okay, so they don't match.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So that's not as evil as I thought. Because right away I'm like, oh my God.
I think that's the thing. It's like the petty thing, like versus like something really malicious. Just the little something that you did just to screw around with that person. The pettiest
thing you've ever done after a breakup. And I wanted to mention, because we just talked about it, we're trying to find a way to bring back the game that we did when we were on the radio.
2K Wordplay?
We had a game called 2K Wordplay, and the nice thing was if it was a word match, word association game. And if you got all 5 words correct, well, back in the day, you would win $2,000. We don't have $2,000 to give you. Sorry.
So we're going to call it the 0K Wordplay.
0K Wordplay.
But we do have prizes.
We will have prizes.
Sean O'Donnell's is awesome. We both are friends with Sean. You know him very well, better than I do. But he agreed that he would give gift cards to people that play with us. So we're just figuring out the little details. We got to have some rules in place. We got to have a way for you to enter. But then we'll call you and we'll play together and you will win a prize. It's going to be fun.
I think it's going to be great. We're looking forward to it. That was one of our favorite things about the old show.
Yeah, it was.
And then we're not bringing back 2 Truths and a Lie, but that was fun too.
That was fun too. Yeah.
So we'll figure it out, and looking forward to that. And we're looking forward to you tuning in again tomorrow.
That's right. Every weekday, a new podcast by Curt and Jen in the morning that we try to post usually by between 7 and 8 a.m. So you can enjoy it.
That's true.
We're trying to do better. All right, you guys, have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for listening. Make good choices, find joy, and spread kindness.